Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to be giving you the best brushes of 2017. Now, of course, they'd be mine. Now, obviously, if you don't know, they probably do, I make makeup brushes. I don't make them myself, they're made in Japan. They're all handmade by artisans. And I want to show you my favorite brushes and the ones that I love the most. So let's make a start. We'll start with the eyes. Now, I don't sell your standard flat eyeshadow brush because I don't use that kind of brush myself, so I never wanted to really make one. So the closest brushes that we have are the 6 and the 18, and I'll show you what they look like. So here you go. Now, the white brush, which is the 18, this can be used with all powders, creams, liquids, whatever you want. Whereas the number 6 is just for powders only. The number 6 is the softest, but they are all, if you know my brushes, they are so soft, you've no idea. They are absolutely like silk. Now you can use this brush regardless. You can use it completely flat on the lid, but it's really technically a blending brush. Excuse me, helps to pull out color. It's just an all-round great brush. This is the brush, the number 18, that I reach for to blend out concealer with. I blend out concealer first with a brush and then go in with a beauty blender if I really want to smooth things out. But this is that sort of brush that I use. But anything blending, these are the ones. So these are my, got a frog in my throat. These are my eyeshadow brushes. So this is what they all look like. So they're all, generally speaking, crease brushes because I've never used a flat eyeshadow brush. I've always preferred creases. So it really depends on the shape of your eye. If you have a larger eye or you want a more fluid blend, then the 16 or the number 3 are your brushes of choice. Go directly into the crease of the eye. You can blend out with these. You can also use the 16 to go under with concealer. This is the brush that I would pick up when I'm applying highlighter to the face if I want it to be really, really smooth. The other brushes all vary in size, so let me just kind of get close and you can see them. So you've got different sizes here. Generally speaking, the number 4, this is the brush that I would use for somebody with my eye shape and eye size because I can get right into the crease here. The two smaller brushes, the 19 and the 20, these especially the 20, you can get right into the corner here. You can smoke out. They're just an absolute joy. They're mine, and they are. So I love them. I know a lot of people, for some reason, there's this misconception that people think that these brushes are owned by someone else. They are completely mine. They are self-funded. They're all mine. No one has any say. So next we've got the 02 and the 10. So again, the white brush this is the white brush, it can be used with creams or liquids as well as powders. Perfect for your highlighter, your blusher, your bronzer, however you want to use it, entirely up to you. You can powder with this, don't be put off by the fact that it's small. You can powder your whole face incredibly quickly and they are silky soft. When it comes to foundation, there are 3 brushes to pick from. So you've got the 2 standard foundation brushes in different sizes, and you also have the number 13 brush. Now the number 13 brush is one of those multitasking brushes that you can dip this directly into a cream or a liquid or powder, buff it on, then dip it directly into a loose powder, buff your whole face. It really depends on how you want to use it, but this is the most multitasking. The other 2 primarily for liquid and cream foundations, press it on, and then buff it into the skin. And depending on your size of your face, I prefer the small one, but I use the big one a lot because they're mine. Okay, so powder, large powder brushes. So here you go, you've got 2 versions, both made with the same hair, but one is white and one is black. All over powdering, perfect for bronzing. Bizarrely enough, because of the size of this, you can actually do this and tap on the most beautiful amount of blusher with these brushes, which is great. So I'm going to move on to these 4 brushes. Now these 4 are all for the face, so it just depends on the size that you want to go for. This is the brush that I pick up most for blusher work. I like to apply it nice and high up. Great for dipping directly into a highlighter, really deep into the hairline with bronzers, so that's perfect. Brush number 11 is your standard shaped brush for blusher. directly here. You can use it for a bronzer as well. Oh, if you have never felt these, they are so soft. This is brush number 12. Now this brush is what I dip into a cream or contour product and tap. I also use this for bronzing because I can tap into the areas that I want to go in, and it's great for a really sharp highlight or dual contouring because it's quite flat. This is just the most gorgeous brush. Bizarrely enough, MAC also came out with a version and I bought it and it's nowhere near as soft as mine. So this is number 14. This is so beautiful for powdering, for your blusher, because it splays, so you get this gorgeous sort of wash of color. This is also perfect for highlighters. It's just, you know, these two brushes are just so beautiful. And last but not least, let me see if I've got another color here, because there is two colors. Where have I popped that color? Who knows where I popped it? There's brushes in there you can't see. So this is the Airbrush. Now this comes in the rose gold, which is the limited edition, or it comes in the standard black. Of all the brushes currently available, there's one knocking around here I can't talk about, is the softest. It is literally like silk, powdering underneath the eye, anywhere you want on the face. Hold it vertically and apply the faintest amount of highlighter. Great for contouring gently underneath the cheekbones or the jawline. Use it flat and splay it for blusher. It is absolutely beautiful, and so you will no idea how soft it is until you actually touch it. And that's pretty much my favorite brushes. The last two that I'm going to mention here are the number 5 and the number 20. Now these are small pencil brushes depending on the size of your eye. So generally speaking, I would use the number 5, go underneath the eye because it's so soft you're not going to tear up. Great for teared up work, smoking out the lid, or you can use a slightly larger one and you get a heavier, thicker line, or you can use it to go in the outside corner of the eye in to create a fake crease, and which is how I tend to do eyeshadow work a lot of the time. And then pick up the number 18 and you just blend it out, and that's your eyeshadow done. That's my favorite brushes. They are all mine and I'm very, very proud of them. They have, it's always been a dream of mine to create amazing brushes, and I really feel like I have with these. The fact that none of these brushes are touched by a machine, they're all hand sewn, they're hand picked, it's all absolutely beautiful. So I'm very proud of them. All the information is down there, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.